Hey everybody, Eric here. It's Thursday, but I'm going to talk about the comics from Wednesday, January 25th, I believe. Let's take a look. Yes, January 25th. This is what I picked up that day. You may be able to tell. Still don't have my overhead light working. So I've just got some light coming from over there. So things look weird, but I think we're all going to be okay. Let's take a look at what I picked up for the week, comic book week of Wednesday, January 25th. We're starting with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years, or just Lost Years. Issue 1, this is from IDW. This is a follow-up. I believe it's a prequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, which was a really cool book. That one was one of those oversized. It was like $7.99. These are normal size, $4.99. And let's take a look at two different covers. There's the other cover. Because I pick one up for a guy at work. I think I'm going to keep this cover because I like it better. So the guy at work's going to get this one. But in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, it was set in the future. There was only one turtle left. We didn't know who it was for quite a while. And he was after revenge because the other three turtles and Master Splinter had been killed. We eventually learned, the backstory's all filled in. We learn how and everything. And so this is apparently stuff that took place between the time that the other turtles were killed and the last turtle got his, or attempted to get his revenge. But as I said, the other series was really good, so I have high hopes for this one. All right, then we have The Human Target, number 11, DC Black Label, the penultimate issue. There's the back cover. The Human Target's still trying to figure out, I think, I'm not all caught up, still trying to figure out who poisoned him. Good stuff so far. Then we have Creep Show issue 5 from Image. And I believe this is now finally the last issue. Little anthology horror comic. There's a couple stories in here, different writers, different artists. It's Creep Show. Creepy stuff. All right, then we have, let's see, which way does this go? This is no title. No, this is Nightwalkers from Source Point Press. It's written by Cullen Bunn, which is why I'm getting it. It is a vampire story. There's all the information you need, but I kind of like this cover with no title or anything. It's the one they put in my file. I did not look to see if there was another cover. That's what I got, but it's a new Cullen Bunn comic book about vampires. Looking forward to checking it out. More about Cullen Bunn at the end of this video. But speaking of Cullen Bunn, it's A Legacy of Violence, issue 4 from Mad Cave Press, written by Cullen Bunn. I hope it's good, because I have not read any of the previous issues yet. I'm so far behind. I really need to take some time and try to catch up on my comic book reading. But Cullen Bunn really doesn't often disappoint. So I have high hopes. A book that I have been reading, Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead from DC Comics, part of their DC horror line, written by Bruce Campbell. The story of Sergeant Rock and Easy Company, I guess, fighting Nazis in World War II. And it looks like something's gone a little wrong with Hitler there. 5 of 6. So, again, the penultimate issue of this story. And then the last of the floppies, we have Book of Shadows number 3 from Valiant. Another one written by Cullen Bunn. This is a sequel to his short run on Shadow Man. that brings together a bunch of the sort of magic / horror heroes in the Valiant universe. And have not read the first couple issues yet because I am behind, but it's Cullen Bunn. And I really liked what he was doing on Shadow Man, so I don't think this is going to be disappointing. Let's see. Okay, we'll go with this one. I should have read the back of it because I don't know what this is about off the top of my head. But this is Absolution from AWA, Volume 1, I guess. It's numbered. I don't know if there's going to be a Volume 2, if there's a sequel. This has however many issues Absolution was. Will it tell me? No place that I can see quickly. Written by Peter Milligan, who's done a lot of really cool stuff. Looks like it's, let's see. Nina Ryan was a hired killer who brought nothing but pain and suffering to the world. Now she has a month to prove that she can change. A month to make up for her crimes and find absolution, or the bombs that have been implanted in her head will explode, killing her instantly. As her journey of atonement is live streamed to a fickle public, Nina is about to discover that the road to redemption might be splattered with blood. I really dig that cover. Yeah, Mike Deodato Jr. Is the artist, so he always does good work, does a lot of good stuff for AWA. Sounds pretty interesting. Then we have Best of 2000 AD Volume 2 from, what is it, Rebellion, I think. 2000 AD / Rebellion. Yeah. And this is, well, what it says, the Best of 2000 AD. So you've got some Judge Dredd, and let's see if I can do a quick look. We got Judge Dredd, Brink, whatever that is, Critical Essay, Nemesis the Warlock, ABC Warriors, another Judge Dredd, DR and Quinch's Agony page. I don't know what that is. I see, but just a bunch of different, the best from 2000 AD magazine, or publishers, or however it goes. Looks like there's an essay. I mean, it said essay. Yeah, there's an essay there. Different writers, different artists. Cool stuff. I'm a Judge Dredd fan, and I like a lot of the other 2000 AD stuff. Then a big fat honkin' beautiful Treasury edition. This is Elektra, Black, White, and Blood from Marvel Comics. That looks like Peach Momoko. Love her artwork. And this was an anthology. How many issues? Looks like 4 issues. So a bunch of different writers, bunch of different artists, and all of the artwork is in black, white, and red. So there's a simple page, but you can just see, just a quick look. But you got all sorts of different writers. Peter David, Ann Nesenti, Peach Momoko. I don't know if she wrote or just did art. Charles Soule. But I dig these. I've got the first 3, which are Wolverine, Deadpool, Venom, Carnage. I don't remember. And there's a Moon Knight one coming out. So it's good stuff. And then all sorts of crazy different stuff here this week. This is Vampire Hunter D Omnibus Book 3. So this is another interesting. I don't know how many. Another 3 books, I would assume. Yep. Vampire Hunter D Omnibus Book 3 collects Volume 7, 8, and 9 in author Hideyuki Kikuchi's adventure horror series. I apologize for my horrible pronunciation. So this is Mysterious Journey to the North Sea, Part 1, Mysterious Journey to the North Sea, Part 2, and The Rose Princess. And And there's some few illustrations, but all prose novels. And I don't know. I was just talking about this with someone. I don't know if the books came first, the movies. I don't know the lineage of Vampire Hunter D, but I'm hoping these are good. And then finally, the previews, the big fat previews. No Marvel, no DC. Supposed to be in next week. We'll see. And then I want to do a quick look here. Fortunately, this stuff is in alphabetical order. So we will see if this has what I am looking for without taking so long. No. Okay. Well, I didn't see what I was looking for. The new previews. There's the other side. All right. And then I said I was going to talk a little bit about Cullen Bunn. He announced in his newsletter and on his social medias, there's a company called Outland. I don't know if they're publications, Outland Press, what they are. But Cullen Bunn is going to be running an imprint, for lack of a better word, for this company. I believe it's called Shadowlands. So they're Outland. This is Shadowlands. And it's going to be all horror stuff. But it's going to be prose. It's going to be anthologies, novels, novellas. But also comic books, games, all sorts of horror stuff. Cullen Bunn is going to be curating the whole thing. He announced, the first thing that they're going to put out is an anthology of sword and sorcery horror stories. So think like Conan the Barbarian, but horror. And there were some sort of horror Conan stories back in the day. But I'm very excited about this. I'm a huge fan of Conan and the whole sword and sorcery kind of thing. And I don't remember, he listed a bunch of the people that are going to be in this anthology. I remember Brian Keene, I believe Mary San Giovanni, a bunch of other great authors. I just don't recall off the top of my head. And then I think the second thing was a novella from Cullen Bunn. He said he's going to, in his newsletter, he wants to concentrate a lot more time on his prose work as opposed to just comic stuff. But he keeps pumping out the comics. But he wants to do all these other things. So I'm very excited for this. I already signed up for the newsletter. I have Cullen Bunn's newsletter. Now I'm going to be getting the newsletter for Shadowlands so I can keep up to date on what they're doing. So if you're a fan of his comic book work, I think you should definitely check it out. Maybe I'll see if there's some sort of link I can put in the description below to the newsletter or something. I don't know. I'm not making any promises, but it looks really, really good. It's going to be all sorts of cool, I think really cool horror stuff. So, and I want to see what kind of games like that they're going to put out. I'm not super, I've heard of this company before, but I like that they've done some horror stuff, horror adjacent stuff, but now with Cullen Bunn and this Shadowlands, they're really concentrating or focusing, at least in this little pocket of their company, on horror. And I'm very excited about that. Excuse me. I don't know if anybody watches this particular series of videos for the comic book content, but people who watch my other stuff know I'm a horror guy. So, if you are here just for the comics, hopefully you haven't felt sort of pushed into the corner. And it is Cullen Bunn, a big comic book dude. So hopefully you'll check it out. I was all excited about announcing that, so I didn't think of a specific question for this video. So we're going generic. Did any of the stuff that I showed you this week catch your eye? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K. ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got for this week, so until next week, read more comic books.